My name is Michelle Hodgdon. I'm a graphic designer over at Main Authors Publishing in Thomaston, and the book I designed was the Where the Avalone Scene Falls. A lot goes into the design of a book, but me and the author really worked super close together to really create a nice cohesive design utilizing her illustrations and kind of my design. Um, I think we did a great job. It's one of my favorite covers that I've done. Super eye-catching, the pinks and the blues on it. But mostly my designs, I do very tight collaborations with the authors, and I try to make sure that my designs are not only what's the word, you know, wonderful for our catalog and our company in general, but something that the author can really show off. And, it's their baby. They wrote the book, they did all the work, did the illustrations, and I want to make sure that, they have what they love. I think the biggest thing that sticks out is our collaboration with the cover. It's kind of a unique cover in that I've never really designed something that expressive before, that kind of bold punch colorful. And it really paid off. I think we really did a great job at her vision of what she was looking for in her book and kind of just the artistry of it between her illustrations and the design layout that I put forth for her. So the cover really stands out to me, and her illustrations are absolutely beautiful. So it was just so easy to work with. Every time an author comes to me with their manuscript, we have a meeting just like this, a Zoom meeting or an in-person meeting. Can take anywhere from half an hour to an hour. And we go over their ideas, and I can kind of collab and be like, well, this idea here. It's really as a team effort to put the book together. So when me and Amelia met for the Avalone Seed, she brought to me actually some covers that she found inspiration from. And that was a really good visual in my head to be able to say, okay, well, this is what we have. These are your illustrations. Let's kind of go in this direction. And I think we really did a good job at putting that together into a beautiful book, inside and out, cover to back cover. So the first piece that I usually design is the front cover, kind of sets the mood for the rest of the book. The author usually gets to decide on a couple of different options that I come up with, and we go into the interior from there. I set up all the page layout, the fonts, how they want the flow to look on the interior, all the way to the back cover. So it really is a cover to cover design every time. It's super rewarding, especially when I go into a bookstore and I see the designs there. I'm always like, husband, look, there's my designs, like it's just super exciting to be like, that's my work. It's me and the author's work. It's their manuscript they put out into the world, and my art that I can put out into the world. So it's just it's a very surreal experience knowing that like my covers and my artwork's out there, but it's a really wonderful feeling. I have been with Main Authors Publishing for roughly over 6 years now. I can say hundreds. I've never deleted an email before. I can probably go through every single one of my authors with multiple books per certain authors. So I can say easily hundreds. I never expected my life to become a designer, graphic designer. I've always loved art since I was little, entering art contests, drawing, taking pictures. I actually went to school first for marine biology. Um, so it was very interesting to have that transition in my life where I was in college and I went, this is really not for me anymore. Going to another school for graphic design and completely changing my life. It was a very unique experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, really. I love what I do. I love my job. I love my authors. I love taking someone's words and art and actually putting it into a book and having it out in the world. I love going into a bookstore and being like, that's my design. It's really exciting to see that for me, and I believe I made the right decision in my life for that. The biggest advice that I give to almost any graphic designer that's up and coming or looking to get into this industry, especially if they're going to be doing print media, using, print media, digital presses, offset presses, is either go under a mentor, internship, or get a job in the printing industry first, which is what I did. It really set a good grounding for me to understand what can and cannot print. And there are things that can and cannot print. Um, so it just gives me a good base knowledge of my designs and designs in general. You can create the most beautiful artwork, and sometimes it just fails to come across in a printed media. So that's my biggest advice for anybody getting into this industry, is really research into printing.